towards the other.
So not just the person who is selling, but the buyer should also have this information as well as to how to pay using this retail pay.
Victor will tell him because he's the one that wants to receive the money.
All right. Are there other features that you think we should know? Let me come to Thomas now. Apart from all that you said, are there other features in this retail pay vehicle that we can know about?
Okay, every SME want to have a website so they can expose their products so that people can access them not just at their stores or when the SME go and visit them to do their business. So one of the key features that retail pay is bringing forward is ability for SMEs through the platform to have their own websites that we call the storefronts. So what that means is that as SME, I can have access to my business in the store. I also have the opportunity to expose my product on the web through this product called retail pay. So that's one of the key additional feature which I would like everybody to be aware about, which is very important in the SME space.
Now, Tito, how readily available is retail pay, and what other distribution plans are you working on? I just log in on the website and just myretailpay.com and that's it?
Yes, exactly. I mean, you go to myretailpay.com and it pops up. It's available to you on an existing device. You don't have to buy a new device. So your existing tablet, your iPad, your smartphone, and I know smartphones are becoming cheaper and cheaper these days. So really, for everything from 5,000-10,000 naira, you can get yourself hooked up onto the internet. So you just go to the URL. Now the good thing about it is that if you have multiple shops, for example, you can actually use the solution as well. So you have one for yourself and you have 3 in. So if you're in Lagos Island, for example, and you have 4 shops there, you can have each shop with an existing device all going on to retail pay. And then when you buy those 100 shoes, you put 20 in this shop, 20 in the other shop, 20 in the other shop. As they sell, you will see it. Now more importantly, even if you're abroad, you would see, the records, who's selling what, basically. In terms of distribution plans, we will be partnering with others who are in the SME space. So that's basically it. But in terms of accessing the system, it's www.myretailpay.com. Just myretailpay.com, and you're there.
Do you intend to sign up? Okay. Do you intend to work with SME bodies in Nigeria? We have NASME, we have other groups of SMEs, association of SMEs in the country, to enable them to have and understand this, so they can have a wider customer base.
Definitely. I mean, the whole purpose of this is one of the things that Interswitch used to be very good at is working with governments and large corporate bodies. But now what we've done is we've taken all that technology and we put it like in a little box and then made it available to the everyday man who has a business. So definitely we will be working with SMEs, not just SMEs, but also those who provide services, like with telecommunications companies, those who provide IT services. That's totally within our foray, so we will be working very closely with them.
Okay, Thomas, Eze comes to my mind first. Okay, now how much does it cost? Because you said 36,000 naira in a year. Are there other costs that are incurred in the process of using retail pay?
Well, we have the traditional fees. So if you accept payment on various channels, of course, these are well-known fees, in Nigeria today. So apart from the subscription, fee that you pay annually, and of course, and then you accept payment as Tito has rightly described. Of course, you also have the standard transaction fees attached to that.
Okay, let's talk about this BSM initiative, Tito.
Okay. The Business Support Marketing Initiative is basically like a referral program. So there are 2 options. One, you can just refer people and then you get a 20% discount off your next purchase. Or you can decide that you want to set it up as a business where you refer more and more people, and then the more people that you refer, they earn a commission. So you earn a commission off sales. So you can actually look at retail pay as a business. So it's not just about enhancing and empowering SMEs, it's also enhancing and empowering businesses to help to set up other businesses as well, and then earn something as they do.
Thomas, are you considering collaboration with SME platforms? I think I tried to ask PT2 early on to drive adoption? What other measures are you taking, in this direction?
Well, today we are at the top there in discussion with a telco company, and I'm sure very soon we'll finalize that. We also have discussion, as Tuto has mentioned, with some other keyboardists in Nigeria, and we'll continue to partner with such SME business platforms.
Okay, I just want us to talk about having to allow SMEs grow, because I know that a whole lot of emphasis has been placed on how to grow our small, medium-sized enterprises. Now, just talking about what do you think that our listening audience should do at this point with all that you've said?
I think it's time for us to take our businesses very seriously. Nigeria is a very interesting market. Yes, we are 170 million people, but more importantly, we're full of enterprising people. Now, you don't appreciate it as much until you go to other African countries, and then you have a business idea and you're talking to them about it, and they don't get it. But in Nigeria, will not just get it, he will run with it, he will fly with it. There's so many people that say, "Oh, when I take my business idea, someone ran off and did it." And that's the kind of people we are. So we really need to understand the kind of people we are and nurture it. So for us at Interswitch, it's all about us taking, helping and encouraging SMEs. And I think it's time for SMEs to take their businesses very seriously. These businesses that you think are small have the capacity to not just grow in Nigeria, but across Africa and even go into the rest of the world. You find countries like India, they're taking their businesses not just to grow in India, but you find them going into other parts of the world. That's why you find Tata, for example, in Europe, and they're growing their businesses beyond their geographical landscape. And I think Nigerians have the capacity to do that. And so my last word for them would be, let's take this business seriously. Begin to keep your records. Begin to look for how you can not just earn an income, but become a bankable customer. Someone that takes a business to a bank and people are falling over you, wanting to invest in you. That's the position you need to be in. You don't need to be in a position where you're begging people for money. You need to put your business in such a position that people are begging to invest in you, and then you're picking and choosing. But you can't do that if you do not have good records. And that's why we would say, at least, even if you can't, start off with retail pay. www.myretailpay.com. Start off there. You might be small today, you could be very big tomorrow.
Okay, so my retail pay may attract investors to come put their money into my business, perhaps. Okay, I just want Ava to just talk about how retail pay, because we have a lot of, the size of Nigeria's informal sector is quite huge, and we have over 17 million SMEs in the country. How do you think retail pay can take advantage of this number, by bringing them on board into what you're doing at Interswitch?
Okay, there's fact figures today that says that less than 10% of SMEs, less than 10% is being contributed to Nigerian GDP today, and that is recognized by the Nigerian government. Okay, and based on that, Nigerian government and CBN have said, you know what, when we take this sector very, very, very seriously, we are aware of the issues around the other contributors to the Nigerian economy. There are a lot of issues in those various sectors. So based on that, the CBN just very recently had made over 220 billion available for that SME space, because we've seen the importance of that space. So Interswitch is fully aware of this, and we have positioned retail pay to address this space, the 17 million possible business. We've said, you know what, you can come on board through this platform. You can just go to the website and register yourself, and then partake in this opportunity to grow your business. Partake in this opportunity to show the banks that yes, you have what it takes for you to participate in the 220 billion that has been available today by the CBN. So we have positioned ourselves, and we are going all out, to work with SME, governments, and banks, so that opportunity can be taken care of by the SMEs, by Nigeria, and by Nigerians.
Thank you. All you just need to know, our viewers, is just to log into www.myretailpay.com, and that's how you're going to get going to take advantage and enjoy the benefit of retail. But thank you, gentlemen and women, for coming on the show. Thomas Eze is the head of product management, Interswitch Nigeria, and Tito Adiroju. She is the group head, business enterprises, also at Interswitch. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
We're going to break and we'll be right back.